Maureen moved to Dubai in 2000 and opened her company over 20 years ago. The company, the brand is still here in the region, is growing and is still successful. How is this possible?
The biggest thing to stay away from is comparing yourself to other people and how well they're doing.
You work for Canadian Air Force
Yes.
as an aircraft technician.
Yes.
And then you went into the fashion world.
Went into the fashion
What happened
world.
there?
It was kind of a hobby in the very beginning. 5 years, I did everything myself.
What was that like a moment where you realized that's it, now it's a serious business?
Yeah, we're in about 100 or more retail locations plus water parks through the region.
Your brand is so successful that you had even a collaboration with Disney,
Marvel,
Marvel,
Warner Brothers. Yeah. I think we've given inspiration to a number of younger brands.
Some of the even bigger brands copied you and keep copying.
A lot of the competition, is whoever has the biggest marketing spend. It's kind of crap and cheap and nasty, but their marketing is top notch and people buy into the marketing. It wouldn't be for me.
I think you just told us the perfect recipe for the strong brand. Hi guys, welcome to a new episode of Master Vision Podcast, your business compass to a meaningful and impactful future. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for subscribing to our channel, for watching us, for leaving your comments. We really appreciate it. Well, I have to say the world is crazy these days, and every time I turn the TV on, and the news in particular, it feels like the world is going down the hill. It feels like it's going to be the end of the world very soon. And I think for us entrepreneurs, really today, if we want to stay true to our purpose and go on our vision, towards our vision, we need to be optimists. I think we need to be even blind optimists sometimes. So I decided for Master Vision now, with every episode, I need to bring a drop of optimism, a drop of humor, and a drop of inspiration. And that's why when I met my guest, Maureen, at the birthday party of our friend Joe Foster, the founder of Reebok, who was celebrating his 90 years, I was thinking, no, I need her as my guest. I need her knowledge, her optimism, and her love at my podcast. So guys, please welcome Maureen Hall. Maureen is a co-founder, CEO, and creative director of COÉGA, a swimwear brand. Maureen moved to Dubai in 2000 and opened her company over 20 years ago. The company, the brand is still here in the region, is growing and is still successful. Please welcome Maureen Hall. Thank you so much, Maureen.
Hi, Nina. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
I'm very excited. I love you. I love your love. So when we met at the birthday party, Joe's birthday party, I was thinking, do you remember I told you straight away,
yes,
I
you
need
did.
you. We need more of this these days.
Yes, it is true. I mean, these days, there's just so much, negative stuff out there. I think we do have to have a little more compassion and
and optimism. Stick together.
Yes, and avoid watching the news all the time.
Yeah, I do try to avoid it, but I think in nowadays you can't avoid it even. It just pops out everywhere, right?
Everywhere.
Yeah. If it's even the banner sometimes somewhere it pops out to scare you. They just manage to scare us. So you moved to Dubai in 2000, correct? What did bring you to Dubai?
My husband is a pilot. He had been flying in Canada with the military and other airlines for a number of years, and he was offered a job in Dubai with Emirates Airline.
Right.
So he came in 1999 and started his career with them. So a little bit ahead of me. Yeah.
And did you, that time when they offered him a job in Dubai, Did you know where Dubai was?
No,
What was your impression?
No, I mean, the thing was, he knew about it because he'd flown all over the world. But we had to get out. I mean, back then we had big atlas. We had a big atlas. I had to get it out, look at it, and figure out where it was, and then go to my family, my parents and my siblings, and be like, okay, this is where we're going to go. And everybody
What
was
is
just
this?
like, what is this? I mean, we were both very adventurous, and we knew that we wanted to try something away from Canada. So when he came and did this, and then he did the interview, it was like, this could be a good place for us, Maureen. And I was like, okay.
Oh, and you brought your kids?
Yes, we had one child then, a six-year-old. Yeah, we brought him with us. And then a couple of years later, we had our second son, Aiden.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So before we dive into the business conversation, I want to ask you a couple of things. Tell me 2 or 3 things about you that I cannot find, that I wouldn't be able to find on the internet, in any podcast, in your LinkedIn profile, and so on.
Okay. Well, one thing is I just got a tattoo, my first tattoo. I don't know if you can see it. It's just like a little,
this is so
little
cute.
heart.
Oh.
It's just, I've been thinking a lot about all the negativity in the world. And I just thought, we need more compassion and understanding towards everybody that we meet, and also towards ourselves. I think sometimes we can be the hardest on ourselves. So it's just a little reminder. It's just there for me. It's just soft and subtle. And, in a little bit of a light purple color. And
this is so beautiful. It looks like it was put with the ink pen.
I know. When I showed my siblings, they were like really shocked. Did Roger know? Yes. And exactly. It was
like it was the whole back cover.
Exactly. Like on my face or something, And then it was like, oh, that's just a henna. No, it's not a henna. It's
so beautiful. Yeah. No, I think the meaning of it, the purpose is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. I think we all need little reminders throughout the day as we're bombarded with everything.
Yeah.
And a second thing probably would be that I would rather clean bathrooms than do the cooking. Whenever I go back to Canada, this is not true for Dubai, but when I go back to Canada.
Is that how much you don't like cooking?
I don't like cooking. Ask my husband, yeah.
Do you like eating?
I like eating. And I'm good at prep stuff. I can cook. I can do everything. It's not where I prefer to spend my time. But yeah.
I'm the opposite. Cooking gives me I don't know, it's like meditation. But I need to make sure my TV series is on. Kids are not busy with their things.
Yeah.
And I have time, which means I never do it.
Yeah.
Never have time. Oh, this is so sweet. Okay, so tell me about your business, COÉGA. When you've opened it in 2004 in Dubai.
Yes.
How is this possible? The aircraft. I need to give you a background a little bit. You work for Canadian Air Force.
Yes.
As an aircraft technician.
Yes.
And then you went into the fashion world. What happened
world.
There?
What happened? So, I mean, even when I was in the military, hydraulics and fuel systems and flight controls and landing gear and all that sort of thing, air conditioning, pressurization, working with that all the day. But in the evenings and on my weekends, I used to sew. I started sewing my own clothes when I was probably 13, 14 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And so I was making all my own things. So I've always had a bit of a passion for sewing. I'm pretty creative, I like to think. So when I moved here, being in the sun, going to the beach and pool every day with your children, as you know, it's a popular thing to do. We needed some sort of sun protection because of the UV rays were quite strong, and we've got fair skin. So I started making stuff for myself and for my boys. And I also then made these little pool shoes for Aiden. He was just learning how to walk. Oh. And they were slip resistant, heat resistant, so that he wouldn't slip on the pool deck or burn his feet. So I was making all of this, and people would come up to me and say, where did you get that? It's so nice. It's so colorful. You're the best dressed family out here today. And I'd be like, well, I made it. can you make me some? And
Oh, they've asked you to.
yeah,
Can you
yeah, yeah. And I was like, well, no. Yeah, because I used to make military tuxedos for people when I
What
was
is
still
military tuxedos?
tuxedo. It's just like a formal black tie. You know, not the tie, but the jacket and the trousers with all the braids and everything on it. And it's just a very military. It's only like it's a uniform kind of thing. So and I never liked after a while it was like you're fitting one person, and it just became too much pressure. And so that's why I was like, I won't do something again where I'm just making something for one person. So then after a while, I was like, you know what? This could be something. Other people are looking at this. They like it. And so I just started slowly. The pool shoes were the first thing we launched. And then as I started to go out and, try and get stores to take it, I would get other ideas and see other people, see the staff in the stores and talk to them, and they would be like, "Oh, people really like this, but can you make something like this?" So I started adding things on to the line from there.
So let's put things a little bit within the context of the time into that time. What life in Dubai was like.
Yes.
Right. So you how many pairs of pool shoes you produced before you went to the stores to check? Because there was no internet. There was internet, but there was nothing like social media.
Internet. There was. I mean, even I had to look in the yellow pages, which weren't much.
Yeah, we had the yellow pages.
Yeah, they were very thin. It was like this much in Canada. In one city, the yellow pages is like that. Here, it was like that, and so. Trying to find a place that could manufacture for me here, and just driving around Jebel Ali, trying to find that. But I think I don't know how many I would give them batches, because there's obviously a minimum order quantity. So I probably gave them like 500 pieces in the various sizes, different colors. And then I would go into the stores, and I did everything in the beginning. Like I would go, order the fabric, make the patterns, oversee the manufacturing, and do the delivery. And so I'd be able to go in and see what was selling and what wasn't.
And the people in the stores, they were happy to talk to you.
Absolutely.
And, is this the first people you've approached? Was it the store?
The store. I would find out who the buyer was for the store.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So getting an appointment was not always easy. Like sometimes
All right. I thought that time would have been easier.
No,
maybe no?
Well, I think you might get an appointment a bit easier, but it takes some knocking on doors. It's still, trying to get in there and show people the product. I think once you get going and you're successful in a couple of stores, then they're more willing to take it on.
Right.
But the initial ones, those are a bit harder to get going. That's kind of your...
So which stores did you get to? Which stores?
Anything? My very first store was Park and Shop, which used to be on Al Wasl Road. Because it was just down the street from where we lived. We lived just a couple of blocks away from that. And so they took it. And then there was another one in Wafi Mall called Emirates Sports. And then there was another one on Sheikh Zayed Road. I can't remember the name of it. Near Defense Roundabout.
That's no longer
which is
Defense
no longer,
Roundabout?
Yeah.
I don't even know how it's called now.
Yeah,
that
I don't even know what
intersection.
it's called. Yeah, near the Burj Khalifa overpass or flyover, whatever that is. It was somewhere around there. Those were probably my first three, and then my first big one was Go Sport in 2007.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's it's still there. It's still a big store.
Yeah. So that was a big one for me. I remember when they opened in Ibn Battuta Mall. That was their first store. I was like, okay, this is the kind of store.
This is This is where I could see the business scale.
Yeah, exactly. So
the pool shoes obviously was success.
Yes.
And then was it always kids?
I did kids. So I did kids and adults for the pool shoes. And then, because I did right up to my pool shoes for my husband. I made sure there was a size large enough for him as well. But I also was doing the kids' suits, the one-piece suits,
right.
the UV protective, and doing rash guards for myself. Like that was where I'd started. It was like a top, But I like colorful because back then there was nothing in the stores at all. I remember looking around. There was maybe one or two like men's rash guards. That was pretty much it. I didn't find anything else. And it was like, I don't really want something for man. I like something that, we're women. We want to be a little more colorful. We want to be a little more feminine. We want something that's, we look good in. So that's how I designed that.
So what is COÉGA today? How would you define or explain the purpose or the vision or the brand?
Well, for me, it's about giving people a choice of what to wear when they go and do water activities or just go to hang around the beach or pool. I mean, for a long time, the choices were traditional swimwear, which is a bikini or a one-piece suit. And not everybody feels comfortable going to the beach basically in their underwear, because that's what it is, It's
now when you
colorful.
call it underwear, now I don't know if I feel comfortable. Colorful underwear.
Colorful underwear. But really, that's pretty much what it is.
And
really.
not everyone looks amazing in their colorful underwear.
But some people, even though they have a great body, they may not feel comfortable. Some people maybe have like a varicose veins, or they have, their belly is just a little bit, they got a muffin top, and or they just, and my thing is I like people to feel good, because when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you look great. And, that's not mine.
Yeah.
That's taken from, I think, a 1970s shampoo commercial. But it's so true, and I think it's important that people feel comfortable and confident and just go and relax and have fun, because there's a lot of people I have known over the years who won't go to the pool or beach because I don't look so good in a bathing suit. And so it's like, well, you can have so much fun, especially with your children, getting in and playing around and just doing all kinds of water activities. So that's kind of my thing. And to be a sustainable brand, we've always been sustainable. I mean, we've been using sustainable fabrics since I think about 2013.
Was it purposeful? You thought about it, that it has to be sustainable? Because that time, there wasn't even a word like that in business
Nobody was using it. One of my fabric suppliers showed it to me. I was like, that's great. It's perfect. But when I talked to other people about it, they were like, recycled,
Oh, is that how
I don't know. People would want to wear that next to your skin. And I was like, but it's a great marketing thing. Oh, I don't think you should put that in your marketing.
That's so incredible,
isn't
right?
it? Isn't it interesting how that happens? So, but it's everything that we do. We are very cautious about any wastage of fabric, what we use. It's about building creating products that last a long time, and it's not ending up in the landfill site in 6 months or whatever. Like, to me, I grew up in a family of 11 people, 9 children, and we did not waste one thing. And that has just stuck with me, through all the years. And so I try to be very mindful about what we're using.
And I think this is truly what is called purpose-driven brand or sustainable, where it wasn't just, I want to make it fancy for other people to buy into this sustainability, but really, truly, that it was part of your life.
Yes.
And I think it's a bit different now in Dubai.
Yes.
We're just putting the labels, sustainable and so on, just to sell more.
Just to be there, jumping on the bandwagon. Even at work, like the coffee machine. Oh, we need a new coffee machine. Let me take a look at it. I got a mechanical background. I can look at things. So I look at it and I'm like, well, here, let's do a bit of preventative maintenance. Let's look at a few things. Let's make this thing last a little longer. just I'm always looking to see, let me get my screwdriver, let me look at something else,
Well, not every CEO can do that. I think you're alive. Let me check the AC.
No. I draw the line. I don't want to get dirty.
So COÉGA, then, what does it mean? What is a beautiful name? It sounds really beautiful, but I didn't.
Yeah, COÉGA means groundwater.
Groundwater.
Flowing out to the sea. So we only found that out actually years after we had named it. My husband, being a pilot, was flying to South Africa and saw the Port Elizabeth, and it was a name there called COÉGA. And so he came back, and when we were looking for a name for the brand, he had mentioned that, and we looked at it. We had it on a piece of paper, and we were just playing with it. Oh, maybe we put a K in front, not the C. Oh, that's too harsh, And then it was like, okay, let's put an accent on the E. Let's make it all capitals and pronounce it COÉGA. And it just kind of was like, yeah, it's a nice name. And we'd get lots of compliments. Ooh, it sounds very, exotic and things like that. And it wasn't until years later, somebody who came from South Africa said, yeah, that is, I think it's in Swahili or something. I'm not sure which language it is. Yeah. So it was like, well, that's fitting. It was meant to be.
Wow. And it's so, it does have a meaning, right?
Yes.
It has a meaning.
Yeah, we thought it meant nothing.
It so connects to
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, tell me, who's your customer? Because I would assume it would be a lot of maybe local women also, right? The Muslim community, because you do cover the
They
modest.
like to cover, because we do have everything. We do bikinis all the way through to the burkini and everything in between. And I mean, the full modest set, the 3-piece modest set, is full coverage. That's very popular. But we also find a number of our sort of mid-modest, more things
mid-modest,
things that come.
It's like I'm modest, but I'm ready a little bit to open. I'm mid-modest.
I'm mid-modest.
I think I'm at that age now.
Yes. Where you want something a little more, maybe to the mid-thigh, or to the 3/4 length, to, kind of sleeve length or sleeve length, so different things like that. So I've just taken some very popular pieces and I've just made it so that you can make them as modest or mid-modest or
underwear
or underwear, your underwear, as you like. And the nice thing is they're done in color stories, so you can mix and match. Maybe you want 3/4 leggings, but you'll wear a bikini top, so it's just about finding what suits you and what you're comfortable in. And
very interesting. So the brand has been for 20 years? 21 years.
Yeah.
When they say now the average lifespan of the company is about 30 if they really push it. But honestly, it's even less than that.
Yeah. How many do they say?
13.
13.
Okay. 30, but it's more of the bigger ones.
Yes.
The startups, they say, die within the first 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
If not less, 90% of startups.
Yeah.
But I think that number, 30 years, is even going
down.
It's less and less and less. 30 is even, I think, if you're very, very strong from the beginning.
Yes. Big international
you're a
brands.
big enterprise.
Yeah.
So, but I think COÉGA is going to live forever because it's the whole movement and the idea rather than just the product.
Yes.
So when did you feel that that's it now? It's not really anymore my own. Could I call it hobby at that? Have you ever thought about it as a hobby?
It was kind of a hobby in the very beginning. It was, and I hired most of the people. I mean, in the beginning, 5 years, I did everything myself. I had somebody who helped me with the books probably 3 or 4 years in. And then, then I started looking to hire people, but it was part-time mums, who would do the school run and
Were
then
they your
do
friends?
A bit of work.
Friends
of the lady who did my books for me.
Right.
Yeah. So, knew a few people. So that's where we kind of started. And then when it started taking off, it was like, okay, I can't have a whole group of people who look at this like a hobby, I need to get serious and hire some full-time people. So that was probably, it was a bit after 2007. So probably more like 2010, maybe, Yeah.
So what was that like a moment where you realized, that's it, now it's a serious business?
Yes.
It's not a...
Yes.
What was that moment?
What was that moment? Well, it was the moment when I was doing all the tasks and still, like, my husband's a pilot. He was gone a lot. So I wanted to do the school drop off. I would have my car loaded the night before, my vehicle, which was a Armada, big Armada with lots of boxes, drop my kids off at school. And then go. Abu Dhabi was the first store, do a drop there. Come back, Ibn Battuta Mall, do a drop there. Mall of the Emirates, do a drop there. And then MCC, do a drop there. And it was starting to, at that point when it just became, okay, this is something. And the other thing I was able to do was not really work over the summer when my boys were small. I was able to go back to Canada.
Were you able to do that?
Yeah, the whole summer in Canada. Yeah, I mean, I have to say my husband is very good with IT and that, and I was able to check emails on my phone way back. I was way ahead. Like I was working remotely in Canada when no one even thought about it. Yeah, I knew it was possible because my sister worked in IT, and so she was, she was doing it. So I was like, well, so can I.
What about advertising? What was the advertising like that time?
Advertising, I mean, we didn't really do much in the kind of advertising like that. What we did was the most successful thing was having mannequins in the stores with some nice
stores,
in-store displays, in-store mannequins. We did a couple of small things in magazines back then. There would have been like Emirates Woman or The Connector. Spinneys had a magazine. So we did kind of more like info. What are they called? They're not infomercials because that's on TV, but there's a name for them in magazines where it's a lot of information. Advertorial. More like advertorials as opposed to advertising itself. So, yeah.
Very interesting. Now, that was the time. And when you talk about it, I have this nostalgia. I felt it was peaceful. It was stressful to a certain extent because life of entrepreneurs is always you go up and down.
Yeah.
But it was there was kind of peace in that, right?
Yes.
Now, what is like today? What is COÉGA today in terms of its maybe scale or and how do you feel about life today with as an entrepreneur?
I'm very optimistic about COÉGA. I think that it's going strong. We're in about 100 or more retail locations plus water parks through the region, and not just like Saudi, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, Egypt, Jordan. A little bit in Australia. So we do have some good reach, and I just think that there's. I think we've given inspiration to a number of younger brands, and we're still able to, hold our own with it. And the other thing I feel is that with me and my design team, we're very creative. So we're coming up with new things, new ideas. And I think that is something I think the industry in general is probably lacking, I would say, in my point of view, is that creativity is not there. It's just copy, put your name on it, and sell it. But finding that real, true creativity, I think it's a bit harder to find these days.
I think it's really hard to find these days.
Yeah.
It's very... where do you find it? How do you... Okay, you sit down, I need to be creative, or how does it come to your...
I think it just, for me, it's things that I would like to wear or people I know would like to wear. And it's not out there. It's like, okay, this is really nice, but wouldn't it be better if it had this and it was did this and there's and just playing with it. And because I sew... I can go into my sewing room, which I do, still.
You
not
still
as
do
much.
it?
I still do, not as much as I used to. That is something, though, that I want to really get back into my sewing room, is because being creative is really good for you. And it doesn't mean that you have to create something new, but just working with your hands and working on things and getting into that flow state. I think that, that's really good for us. So, yeah.
I think also because you were, when you told me your story, you were very close to the customers, right?
Yes.
So you really know your customers so well.
Yes.
So that you could predict with the time what they would need,
what they
would
were
want
looking
next,
for.
yeah,
Exactly.
or at that time. And
yes, and we still have somebody who goes in and they do reports, and they have pictures. They bring back pictures, and there's a whole set of questions that they talk to the staff about. So we're still doing that, trying to stay in touch with the consumer and just talking to people. And for me, I look at something. I might look at anything. It could be anything, anywhere. It could be a combination of colors on a bus. It could be a combination. Like, it just could be anything. And I'm like, oh, look at that. It's just about finding a little thing in everywhere you look to come up with this.
Which means that you need to be always off your phone.
Yes.
And look around.
And looking around.
Rather
being
than
an observer and just seeing what there is. You might see somebody walk by with something on their T-shirt, and you go, "Oh, that's interesting." And it could just be like let's just say a bicycle for whatever. But you could then go back and say, if you put that into a print and you added this, this, and this, that would, something like that in the right colors. And it's just about kind of coming up with that sort of thing. Yeah.
I know that some of the even bigger brands copied you and keep copying. How does it feel?
Well, it does make me wonder.
Is it worrying?
You know what? I'm not worried. I don't worry. It is what it is. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it. But, they do say, what is it? Imitation is the highest form of flattery. So I have to take that. I have to take that. And I just think that, okay, I must be doing something right. And, yeah.
This is the thing. So I think this is the most, but do you monitor them? Do you do the competitive research, or just go?
No, we monitor them, but I don't get fixated on it. It's like I've got a vision in my head. I know where I'm going, and I'm not going to get distracted. And I think that's something that's
very
gotten
important.
me, to this far. It's like, don't get distracted with negativity or making decisions based in fear. Stay focused. Don't get distracted by the next shiny thing either. Keep going where you're going.
Did you always have that vision?
Yeah.
From the day one, or it came formed late?
It came formed later. I think I've always just been like, I was never in a rush. I did not need it to be an overnight success or a unicorn or anything like that. I just wanted to build a good brand of swimwear that I felt happy and proud to say that, it was mine, it was my baby, and to know that friends and family are wearing it and they love it.
I think you've just told us the perfect recipe for the strong brand.
Yeah.
Is have a vision, be patient, never go sideways, go towards it, focus, and make sure that people who use it, they love it.
Yeah.
This is like the foundation, and it sounds so simple, but it's very, very hard to do.
Yes, yeah.
And in today's world, overwhelmed, cluttered with opportunities, talks, and everything, it's just so easy to go that way.
Go there. And it's every day, not every day. But people are saying, you should do this. Oh, you should do that. I have to introduce you to somebody. You should do this. I think, okay. But then sometimes I'm just like, I'll talk to people or meet people. But then it's like, no. Nice idea, but not for me.
This is talent. Maybe it's your engineering background, because aircraft, the whole thing with the with the aircrafts, you have to be very focused and dedicated.
And diligent.
Diligent. My
Yes.
dad is the airplane engineer, so it's like there's too focused.
Yeah.
I think this is a great skill.
Yeah.
At least another 100 years, you gotta continue like that for your brand. No, this is a true building strong foundation, and this the resilient company. What do you feel? How did your consumer change? Have they changed? Because I mean, definitely the atmosphere in Dubai and the UAE has changed dramatically from what we had before. When we moved, it was a bit more reserved, more conservative, right?
Yeah.
What do you feel now?
I think there's still a lot of people who are conservative and reserved. There's a lot of people who aren't. And you know what? That's fine. You know, if you're interested in COÉGA and you like it and you want to buy it, great. If it's not what you're looking for, I perfectly understand that. We're all human. We all get to make our own choices. We all like different things. So, you know, there's always, I believe in choice for people.
The difference, this is what I want. For those who want to open the companies here, there's a lot of entrepreneurs coming, and the fashion brands is one of them.
Yes.
Is there a big difference then, not in terms of what was before and now, but more across the different countries, so Oman versus Qatar and Saudi and so on?
Yeah.
Do you feel there is a difference in consumers and tastes and preferences? And
I think, you know, Saudi is probably more conservative than you know, the UAE.
The UAE,
but there's still a lot of very conservative people in the UAE. But I think that as Dubai has grown, a lot of people from different parts of the world have come in who have different likes and what they're looking for. But like, you know, for Europe and things like that, and even North America, I think there's still a gap in the market for that mid-modest stuff. You know, because that's my sisters and a number of my girlfriends who are in Canada. They're looking for that mid-modest stuff, the stuff that comes down to mid-thigh, you know, that comes to over the shoulder sort of thing, that covers their belly. They're looking for that. And people who are sporty as well, like, you know, some of our pieces which have a bra in them for the ladies, I mean, it is a built-in bra that no one out there in the swimwear industry can you know, I just feel like it's way above, and that's something for me. I'm active, I'm sporty, I've always has been.
You are,
and it's important to have that kind of support, you know, for when you're doing activities. Yeah.
So I know that your brand is so successful that you had even a how would I call it, collaboration with Disney and other brands. What other brands have you?
Disney, Marvel, Warner Brothers. Yeah.
So how was that experience? What was the process? They've approached you approached them. What was how was the experience?
I mean, they approached us. I remember when Disney approached me, I thought, oh, well, you know,
What?
What? Yeah, what is this? What is this? And I was surprised. It was like, whoa, okay, this is the real thing. And it was, you know, they wanted to do a collaboration. So on our garments, it usually says COÉGA here, but it would be like Disney COÉGA. And I remember them, you know, they were really trying to sell me the whole idea. And I was like, whoa, okay, this could be something. And I do remember one of the last things I said, okay, well, whose name comes first? Is it COÉGA,
I can't
Disney?
believe you asked them. This is I can see your dedication in the comments. It's probably you were the first person who ever asked them that.
Probably. Yeah. They were very quick to come back though and say, well, Disney. I was like, okay, I suppose. It was good, you know. We made some really nice outfits.
So what was the collaboration?
The collaboration.
How did it work?
We basically made prints using their libraries. So we could manipulate their prints using their libraries of artwork. and then create our own all over pattern with it. And then we would use that in the suits. So for kids suits, youth suits, men's things. Ladies wasn't so, it didn't work. We tried the ladies, but it just didn't work. So we left that after a while. The prints for Disney, ladies weren't interested in buying it. Even for the men, it was, we could do board shorts pretty much, but that was it. But for the kids suits and, the youth suits, that was easy to incorporate. So we did that. And we did it for 4 years, a little over 4 years. And we just decided that it was time for us to part from the whole thing. So we ended when our last contract finished. We decided we would not renew it. So, but it was a good project to do. And it gave us an elevated,
definitely.
It elevated the brand, because here we were, Disney COÉGA, it's not like we were just doing white label Disney that you find in their stores. And then when we finished the products, we sold them through our retailers that we were working with. So not through Disney stores or anything like that, just the retailers that we would work with, or our online stores. Yeah.
So Marvel Warner Brothers
the same. Warner Brothers the same. Yeah, all the same.
Any partnership today? Are you collaboration, or you want a
no.
pure?
We are focusing on COÉGA. We get emails all the time from different licensed brands saying, "Would you like to?" And it's like, no.
This is when you reach already the full power of your brand. So, if you were to start COÉGA today, what would you be doing? I don't know, differently. How would you do it?
How would I do it? I mean, I think I've done a lot of things right, and I never really look back and think, oh, that was a mistake. Everything is a learning opportunity. I tell that to my boys as well. Everything is a learning opportunity, and everything is that stepping stone that gets you across the river, right? Sometimes you have to step back a little bit or forward, or
sometimes
make a big hop. Sometimes
swim.
You swim and fall in, and you have to go back. But I think I've done a lot of things right. It would probably be maybe some of the people I hired, should I have kept some people on as long as I did? You feel guilty and all. But other than that, I don't know that I would do much differently.
No? So if you were to move now to Dubai,
yes,
would you even start?
No.
That's very optimistic for the entrepreneurial podcast. Okay. Why wouldn't you?
Because I think when I first started 21 years ago, there was no competition.
Yeah.
Okay. It was a new kind of what do you call it? A new market, a new segment in the market for swimwear. It was new. And I kind of just started small, and I didn't really care too much if it was how much it sold or whatever. I would just keep plugging along. Nowadays, there's so much competition. And I think a lot of the competition, is whoever has the biggest marketing spend.
Yeah.
And I say that to my team all the time. Like, look at some of the stuff that is being sold out there, not necessarily in swimwear, just in everything and anything. Yeah. And it's kind of crap and cheap and nasty, but their marketing is top notch, and people buy into the marketing.
That's what the sad part about it.
Yeah.
Is that they're being sold as, and people are okay to buy it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If it was, if they said no to this, that's fine. But they're just okay. And it's not just in the product, it's the services. Yes. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just think, Yeah. It wouldn't be for me. That's not the type of person I am.
So what's the next big thing for COÉGA?
What's the next big thing for COÉGA? Well, into more regions. We're really pushing now to get into more regions like Europe and North America.
So outside this
this region. Yeah. I mean, I think that's our next big step. So we've got some things coming up, and let's see if.
Well, I think with your engineering background and focus, I'm sure it's gonna happen there very well. Also,
yeah.
Tell me, please, now, from your experience, 20 years running the business, how do you keep your optimism going? How do you keep your mind going, your energy, your smile, being a mother also?
Yeah.
What's the secret? Because I need some kind of advice. I feel sometimes that's it.
I'm done. Well, my husband will vouch for that. There's been over the years. I'm done. But for me now, I mean, I've always been an optimistic person, and the glass is half full. Like I've always looked on the brighter side of life, for sure, always, no matter what's been happening. One of the things I do is, well, I've always exercised, maybe lately not as much as I should be, but it was something I always did, and I ran. Like I used to love running, because when I joined the Air Force, my dad said, if you're going to do this, you need to learn how to run, and you need to learn to love how to run. So
what's the connection?
The connection is just getting into that rhythm and just really liking it, really loving it, and just feeling so good afterwards, You feel I know
run.
A lot of people can't run.
There was something about me.
But it's okay. It's okay. It's not for everybody. But finding anything that gives you that exhilaration, any kind of exercise, I think that's really important. And another thing is like meditation.
Yeah.
Meditation is really good. I'm 20 minutes every morning, no matter what.
And you've been doing it for all
I've been doing it for like really, really consistently over the last probably 4 or 5 years. But before that, I used to do it sporadically, very sporadically. So that I found that is really good. And I know there's a lot of things now out there like breath work and things like that. Just having all those tools, in our toolbox that we can use in times of stress. And, oh my gosh, nothing is going right here, those kind of things. And the other thing is taking a step back for a little bit. My husband would say that, just take a day off. And I know you're like, I can't take a day off.
How can you take a day off?
How can you take a day off? But you know what? Will the world fall apart really? Even just, even if you can't take a full day, take 2 hours or an hour. Exactly. That was always my me time, was exercising. Just that's my me time. I'm gone out of the house. If you want to find me, you got to chase me.
And we can't because we don't like running.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I call you old Dubai old in terms of living here?
Yeah.
Dubaian? How would I call it? What advice would you give people who just moved here 2 years ago or recently? How to enjoy their business life here, what to stay away from,
I would say the biggest thing to stay away from is comparing yourself to other people and how well they're doing. I mean, we're inundated with social media now, making us feel like we're just not adequate enough, and what are we doing? We're, we should be doing more. Look at that person. Oh my, they're the perfect person. Believe me, I would say, if you really go and talk to those people or find those people, they're not as happy as they make it out to be. I mean, I know you see people who they're the world's best couple. Next thing you know,
world's best couple.
Next thing you know, I mean, they're everything. Lovey. Oh my God. Oh, and then next thing you know, divorce.
There's so many divorces here.
Yeah. But I would say that's the biggest thing. Comparison robs you of your moment in the now, There's so many good books, so many good YouTube people out there to be listening to. On my way back and forth to Jebel Ali, when I'm in town, I go to Jebel Ali most every day. And I'm listening to like either podcasts, YouTube, but not junk. I'm listening to really good things that help you feel good and help you to try and, make the most out of life. I think that's really important. And the one thing that is probably the most important thing is to laugh. To have a good, hearty laugh. It is so true. It is so true. They laughter is the best medicine, and it is so true. Just find anything that just makes you laugh and have a good laugh. That's important.
And thank God we have such beautiful sun is shining here all the time. Sometimes it's even too much.
Yes,
and
exactly.
that makes also people happy.
It makes people happy. I remember when we first moved here, I'd open the curtains every morning and go, another beautiful day in paradise.
My last question is, if you had the chance to have one superpower, what would that be?
My superpower would be to remain calm and truly at peace, no matter what kind of, can I say, shit show is whirling around you, and just remain that calmness. Because I think so much stuff that happens now to us, our immediate response is fear. Fear. And it's about just trying to rein that in and just remain calm. It's something I'm really working on. I think I do it a lot of times, but I really would like to be able to do it all the time, no matter what. At peace, calm.
No rush.
Yeah. That would be my superpower.
That's so great. Thank you so much, Maureen. Thank you. And your laugh.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It has been great. This has been really good.
I love
really good. See, we had some good laughs.
Yes. Thank you so much. I think it was great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
You're such a positive person. I needed it today morning. I have this. I never used to turn the TV on or news, really, like
I don't.
purposely. And this, I don't know, last 3 days, it's just all I do is.
Yeah.
And I feel how it's eating you from inside the whole thing.
And the more you watch it, the more it comes in your feed.
Yeah.
Even my husband's watching, stuff, and I'm just like,
stay away.
Stay away.
Yeah. Can't do anything about it, and it's just really depresses us.
It consumes you, and it's just. Do you meditate?
Yeah, I meditate, but sporadically, like you said. I don't do it often.
No, and even just start with like 5 minutes. Just about clearing your mind, because your mind can only focus on one thing at a time. Even though people think they can multitask, they can't.
No, I stopped doing that for sure. This multitasking is...
You're either on and you're off, and you're on and you're off. You can only focus. So if you focus on one thing, and even if it's your breath, and just count your breath in slow, and exhale and count your breath out slow. Just do that for a minute or two, and what a difference that makes.
Yeah.
And you know what's really good is if you can help your children to learn these techniques young.
Yeah. We didn't learn that.
We did not learn that. We were sent out to play on the street.
And learn something there.
And come home when the street lights come on. That was it.
And see how smart and intelligent we are.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.